So what is phase change? Phase change is a process of changing from one state of matter to another. An example of matters are solid, liquid, and gas. Solid contains particles arranged in a lattice structure. These particles vibrate and fix in their positions. This explains properties of solid. They can be compressed. Particles are already tightly packed together. They keep their shape and have a constant volume when they change container. While liquids are its particle that roll around each other and settle on the bottom of the container. The particles are generally slightly further apart than in a solid. They change shape when poured into a different container. They have a constant volume and they are slightly compressible. While gases contain particles that move around freely and quickly. These particles travel in straight lines until they bounce off another particle or a surface. Gas particles are widely spaced and tend to be only slightly attracted to each other. They fill available space, slight attraction between particles, and they are very compressible.
Specific latent heat is characterized as the measure of heat energy that is consumed or discharged when a body experiences a steady temperature process. So the formula is L is equal to Q over M, where L is the specific latent heat, Q is the heat retained or discharged, M is the mass of of a substance. The most widely recognized kinds of consistent temperature forms are stage changes. For example, liquefying, solidifying, vaporization, or build-up. The energy is viewed as latent on the grounds, that is basically covered up inside the atoms until the stage change happens. The most well-known units of specific latent heat are joules per gram and kilojoules per gram. Latent heat is the heat required to change the phase of a substance without changing its temperature. So here are the three main types of latent heat. So first is the latent heat of fusion. Heat required to change a solid to liquid at its melting point without changing its temperature. So in latent heat, it is required to change a liquid to a gas at its boiling point. Strictly, to energy in transit between systems. The easiest way to quantify this transition is by measuring the temperature difference of the system. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin, where it is defined by setting the triple point at exactly 273.16 Kelvin. 1 Celsius degree represents the same temperature difference as 1 Kelvin, but the zero of the Celsius scale occurs at 273.15 Kelvin. So the example of latent heat of fusion is the melting of ice. So next is the latent heat of vaporization. It is the heat required to change a liquid to gas at its boiling point. Latent heat of vaporization is the heat consumed or discharged when matter disintegrates, changing state from fluid to gas state at a consistent temperature. So the definition originates from Webster New World Dictionary of the American Language. Latent heat is the extra heat required to change the condition of a substance from solid to fluid at its softening point, or from fluid to gas at its breaking point after the temperature of the substance has come to both of these focuses.
Boiling a pot of water on a constant temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. We can test this at our own home when we boil a pot of water on 100 degrees Celsius, we can see gas fumes evaporating or changing from water to a gaseous form of liquid. So latent heat of sublimation. The heat required to change a solid to gas is the heat required to sublimate, change from solid to gas. 1 mole of a substance at a given combination of temperature and pressure, usually standard temperature and pressure, it is equal to the cohesive energy of a solid. An example of latent heat of sublimation is a dry ice. As we can observe, an example of latent heat of sublimation is a dry ice. Dry ice is a carbon dioxide in its solid form, a dense snowball-like substance that sublimates at negative 78.5 degrees. This is used as refrigerant, especially during shipping of perishable products such as meats or ice cream. As the melted plastic at temperature will rise up, be detected the temperature will keep rising up until the next state change liquid to gas. At the vaporization point, the plastic would stop increasing in temperature. Whilst it transition to gaseous plastic once the gas state. If we were to continue heating further to the gaseous plastic, would you've guessed it rise in temperature? So breaking bonds is why temperature does not rise or fall when the substance undergoes a state change. Remember, I said earlier that it may take a different amount of energy to change a solid into a liquid than to change liquid into gas. For example, it takes 7 times more energy to turn liquid water into gaseous water than it does to melt ice into liquid water. This means a substance can have two specific latent heats. Now, let's have a look at the graph. As the ice on this graph, this would be an example of an ice. At the concept of latent heat is not directly labeled in a phase change diagram. Latent heat is an energy absorbed or released by a substance during a phase change, such as melting or boiling, without change in temperature. The phase diagram shows that during melting and vaporization, heat is added. This is indicated by the horizontal arrow pointing to the right, but the temperature remains constant, indicated by the flat line. This is because the energy is being absorbed by the substance to overcome the forces holding the molecules together in the solid or liquid state, rather than increasing the movement of the molecules, which is what causes temperature increase. Here is a more detailed explanation of latent heat for the two processes shown in the diagram. Latent heat of fusion is the latent heat required to melt a solid. When the heat is added to the solid at its melting point, the solid absorbs the heat energy to overcome the intermolecular forces holding the solid together and change its state to a liquid, but the temperature remains constant. This is seen in the diagram, which has a flat line in this part where we can see it is melting. The latent heat of vaporization is the latent heat required to vaporize a liquid. When heat is added to a liquid at its boiling point, the liquid absorbs the heat energy to overcome the intermolecular forces holding the liquid together and change its state to a gas, but the temperature remains constant. The amount of latent heat required for a substance to change phase is specific to that substance. Water, for example, has a very high heat vaporization, which is why it is an effective coolant. It takes a lot of energy to vaporize water, and this energy is released back into the surroundings when water vapor condenses. So the importance of latent heat in engineering is critical for designing systems involving heat transfer and thermal management. In agricultural and biosystems engineering, latent heat is very important in food processing and keeping our perishable products in, in its still good form. Applications in refrigeration of latent heat is essential for refrigeration process and cooling systems. The latent heat required to boil of this refrigerant from a liquid to a gas is taken from the air and it passes through the coil, thus cooling the air. This boiling process is called evaporation, thus the coil in this is referred to as evaporator.